The overview of this workshop was actually to bring stakeholders in one platform, meaning that we thought that it's high time we capacitate our local farmers in terms of connecting to stakeholders. So what does it mean? We bring farmers together, government institutions, financial institutions, academia, economic sector to share knowledge and opportunities for the local farmers. What inspires Swakopmund Municipality was because agriculture is a key to food security, and it's also job creation and a sense of sustainable land use in growing towns like Swakopmund. That's really what inspires Swakopmund Municipality to host this workshop.
Yeah. Now, this was the first ever workshop of its kind here in Swakopmund. What was the main goal of bringing together local farmers, also the youth and the community?
Yes, the main goal was about to share knowledge and building network, opening access to training and funding and policy support. We understand that if we bring people in one platform, like farmers, the community and the youth, they can collaborate and learn from each other. That was our main goal, so that farmers can speak together one language and hold hands together and pull resources together in connecting with government institutions, private institutions, so forth, and community groups.
What were some of the key topics and practical skills covered during the 2-day workshop?
Yeah, mostly that was covered during this 2 days workshop was the principle of climate smart agriculture, how to grow food efficiently in limited space in this climate condition. And then we also look at the permaculture principle. Some of the presenters presented on access to funding, especially the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries and Marine Resources under the DAPI's Office of Marine Institution. Then also one of the topics that was extensively discussed was the freshwater aqua farming backyard practice. We have seen a mushroom of farmers and households that want to practice fish farming, especially freshwater. So a representative for the Ministry of Fisheries was also on board. They presented extensively on policy guidance, what are the requirements if you want to keep fish at home, how do you engage the ministry, so forth and so forth. And also how to capacitate yourself as a farmer, which institution do you engage on. ACRA provision was there. They speak about the type of courses they offer. And also agriculture business opportunity, in terms of agribusiness, those linkage to producer to buyers and creating income streams were also discussed by the relevant stakeholders like Abacro and Roots Project from Stanbridge.
And how did the workshop address the challenges posed by climate change for urban and coastal farming?
Yeah, definitely that was an interesting topic for us also because we have seen that the climate around the coast is very challenging. So that's why a doctor from Hendis by Dr. Hamupumbo, Ellen, who was part of the presentation, he spoke about extensively the climate versus food production, where he emphasized that there is a possibility that farmers locally can still produce their own food. When one talk about climate smart agriculture, that deal with greenhouses, that deal with irrigation system, as well as soil protection, about compost making, mulching, and diversification of crops to improve and silence against unpredictable weather patterns.
And what kind of support will the municipality continue to provide to our participants implement what they've learned during this workshop?
Yes, Council is remain committed to urban agriculture, and we don't just want to advocate urban agriculture with no contribution as such. We want to partake in this concept extensively. So what Council will do in the way forward is we're going to ensure that ongoing training, mentorship is given to the farmers, giving participants continued access to technical knowledge and expert guidance. We'll also facilitate to access funding by linking farmers and groups with financial institutions like Agribank and support programs through the DAPI's Office or Maroon Extension Office. And also Council is willing to make provision of agricultural land where community will be leased land for small-scale projects, allotment plot as well as mariculture. So that's what Council have decided in the long run. And also we want to create a platform to keep farmers and youth connected for collaboration and knowledge sharing.
And how do you see urban agriculture contributing to food security and climate resilience here in Swakop?
Yes, urban agriculture strengthens food security by providing fresh produce and affordable produce, reducing dependence on imports. That's number one. And also keep in mind, urban agriculture still is a tool that will create income opportunities through local markets. And through urban agriculture, we can promote climate smart practice. As I said, climate compost making, using irrigation system, and also looking at drought-tolerant crops. It makes also community more resilient to climate and economic shocks by shortening supply chains. So in the long run, what we are saying is that it's about time we produce what we eat and we eat what we produce.
Let's talk about the outcomes of the workshop. How did the participants respond to the sessions? Were there any standout moments or success stories?
Yes, they were successful, especially when we talk about that there is a possibility that, yes, in spite of the weather climate condition we are faced with, in spite of our ground soil that is breakage and the pH is so bad, we can still produce food. This region can still become a food hub of this nation, because it is tested already. There are practical cases that are happening within the coastal environment, especially within Swakopmund. When one referred to a research project that is taking place at Handisburg, Dr. Semia Yuma Handisburg campus, and one also wants to emphasize the local projects like the school garden project that are feeding the soup kitchens. Those are projects that stand out, that is true. People can produce their own food in this economic, in this weather, and this climate.
Are there plans to make this workshop a regular event or expand it to other regions?
Yes, for now we are trying as much as possible to go back to council. Council must give us a mandate to host this workshop yearly event. Not just a workshop for council, but a workshop for the farmers. So what we want to do, we will send out a survey list, engage our stakeholders, because we don't want to make it council's responsibility to host this event yearly. We want other stakeholders to come on board, to pull resources together. So what we are planning now is to see if we can get collaboration with other stakeholders to host this event yearly with different topics that are cross-cutting, topics that will close the gap within the farmers' production sector. Whatever challenge they are faced with, we need to bring it home so that we can see which role each stakeholder can close the gap for the local farmers.